We are back with another breakdown that's actually going to be interesting of a motor scooter, a family size motor scooter that is essentially fits in a suitcase. So this is from Honda, which seems like they had an older version that maybe didn't get as much traction. So they kind of went back to the drawing board, revamped it, came out with it, and we'll get off into it. For those of you who don't know, I am Dave, an almost 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from copyrights to trademarks to trade secrets, and yep, you guessed it, patents. Now, this is an interesting one because it said that Honda filed for a new patent. It wasn't a patent, it's a patent application. It's not an issued patent, but they filed for a patent application. However, I couldn't find anything on it. So what does this mean? This means that the application probably was recently filed. When you file an application or a patent application with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, if it's a provisional application, that's not disclosed at all. You have the year to convert it to a non-provisional application, which is disclosed as well as examined. Again, let me say that again. When you file a provisional application, that just gets your place in line. Some people call it a PPA, a provisional patent application, but that just gets your place in line with the patent office. Those are not examined, nor are they disclosed. However, you do have to convert it to a non-provisional, which is examined and disclosed. You have to convert that provisional to a non-provisional within a year, or it goes abandoned. On the other side of things, when you have a non-provisional application, you have it doesn't publish until 18 months, typically 18 months. You can have some exceptions, but for the most part, if you file a non-provisional application or convert your provisional application to a non-provisional, that non-provisional application is not going to become published until 18 months. So I'm assuming in this Honda case that they either file a provisional application, which is not going to be public at all, or they filed a provisional application, which we're still within an 18-month time period so that it hasn't been disclosed or published because within 18 months. So if we were at the 18 months, then that non-provisional application would have published, and I would have been able to get my hands on that patent application and see what it's all about, look at the claims, look at the drawings, so forth and so on. But for me, not being able to find the actual patent application, that lets me know that it's either a provisional application or it's a non-provisional application that's hasn't crossed the 18 months from filing, and therefore is not available to the public. So that's pretty much what it is. But I did want to, before we get started here, share my screen and kind of talk about the we're going to talk about now this, what you're seeing here. Let's see if I can get this off my screen here. What you're seeing here, this is the previous model of the electric scooter that was essentially put out there by Honda that essentially can fold into a suitcase. This is the prior model. So before we get into the article that discloses the newer model that essentially can fit a family on there, this is the older model. So let's go. It's got two wheels, back wheel. Looks pretty cool though. It has a weight limit. Handlebars there. Pretty nifty. Electric, obviously. I guess they call it the Moto Compacto. That's the name of it, the Moto Compacto. And before we kind of look at the new one, please leave a comment if you guys have either used one, saw one, or bought one of those older models. It seems like it didn't kind of gain traction in a way that Honda anticipated to or hoped it would. Again, you see that this only is essentially a one-seater. You got the seat, you got the handlebars, the two wheels. Again, it's pretty compact, though. I would give them that. It's pretty compact. But now we have more of a family version that they filed for patent application on. I'm not sure when the family version is going to come out, but they recently filed for patent protection on the family version here. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. This just really recently came out a couple days ago. Honda patents for, and see, I don't like the title, it's misleading. I guess it is what it is, but Honda, first of all, is not a patent. It's not an issued patent. That's how we differentiate patent applications from patents. If you file for a patent, then that's a patent application. But if you actually got an issue patent from, for example, the United States Patent and Trademark Office, then it is an issue patent. And another thing that I maybe don't necessarily like about the article, it says patents 4-wheel, 3-person moto compacto for parents. So again, a moto compacto, it seems like, and they do have a trademark on that name, Honda does. But when you look at the claims, I just recently did it on a prior video talking about Tesla and their self-driving sanitation system that they have for their vehicles. But when you look at the patent application, you can look at the claims, and the claims are going to essentially define the metes and bounds or the scope of protection for that invention. I can guarantee you that the 4-wheel, again, obviously everything pretty much has 4 wheels or 2 wheels or 3 wheels or some sort of plurality of wheels. So the 4-wheel is not something that got them over the hump. Now it'll be important. I have to come back to this one for sure once the patent publishes, so we can look at the claims and see what it is that they're actually trying to protect. Because obviously we know that, hey, some type of motor device that has wheels and a seat or even heck handlebars is not necessarily new. So it'd be interesting to see what it is that they're filing for patent protection on. What are they trying to protect? You can see here the right picture to the right is the old one that we just saw the video on. You have the kickstand, the 2 wheels, you got the seat, you got the 1 handlebar. Now this one is quite different. Most glaringly is the fact that you can see you can sit 2 people as well as have a 3rd person on the back as like a scooter here. And again, it is electric. You see the plug here. This one appears to be 4 wheels as opposed to 2. And there's a number of the features that we'll get off into as we read this article. But the Honda Moto Compo is an icon. Its design, a motorcycle in a suitcase, is brilliant, lightweight, easily maneuverable. It just makes you smile from ear to ear. It actually is a pretty cool thing. Please leave in the comments if you saw this in real life or actually used one. I'd be interested to see how it actually, in terms of how the manufacturing is, how the use of it is, the functionality. Again, it seemed like it didn't pick up the way that Honda wanted it to, but that still didn't keep Honda from kind of going after this newer model. Let's continue to read the article. And it's been like that since Honda debuted it also. So it seems like the old one came out a few decades ago with the latest iteration. So the latest iteration here is to the left. But at least according to this article, there's a critical design flaw to its being. It's too small to fit a friend. Honda's new Moto Compacto, it seems like they're saying that the latest one wasn't able to fit a friend. And you can see that here with the again, it's just essentially a 1-seater. But this new one, obviously, hey man, you can fit a whole family on this thing. So Honda's new Moto Compacto, like the original, is a 1-seater. And while it makes sense, you wouldn't want to add a pillion to either scooter. It's no fun to go along on any silly machines. Thankfully, Honda's engineers have been working on a solution as evidenced by this new patent application. I guess Right Apart found it. Which again, Right Apart, hey, they must did some stuff because I couldn't find it. And look, I'm pretty good at finding references or patent applications. So I'd be interested in knowing. It seems like maybe somebody in-house or internally within Honda just gave them a sneak peek of this thing because it doesn't talk about any patent numbers. It doesn't have any anything outside of really the drawings, which are some pretty good drawings. So the vehicle titled Mobility Apparatus, so it seems like that's the title of the patent application, is essentially a size-up Moto Compacto that features 2 seats and 4 wheels. That might not sound like the 2-wheeled single-seat EV you're used to seeing, but hang in with me, as this design, tech, and controls looks very similar. It's apparently for parents as well, which again, you see, I'm not sure why they left mom here on the side, but you see the 2 kids and you see the pops on the back as a scooter. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I'll be interested in seeing what's actually protected here. Because like I said, something that has 4 wheels and a number of handlebars, that isn't necessarily obvious. I mean, necessarily new. So it'd be interesting to see what else is included, or at least what they're trying to claim or go after in terms of the protection. According to the patent, many parents like to take advantage of or expose children to different experiences in cities or downtowns or large-scale shopping areas. That's very true. The primary goal is to provide opportunities for a family to focus on interacting with one another and to provide opportunities for additional previously unplanned destinations to enhance the urban cultural experience. However, in order to make the mobility journey a source of excitement for children, new modes of transportation are required. And I will say this, man, for anybody who has small children or, has been downtown or large cities trying to walk around with small kids, man, it can be a journey. Whether them being hungry or hot or tired, hey, it's always something. And when you're trying to, at least as a parent, as an adult, really see the scene and really kind of try to create this experience for the family, it can be tough. But it seems like this thing, and again, I'm not a spokesman, they ain't sure for Honda, but it seems like this thing can, can get the job done. Like I said, you have the two kids being able to ride on, so I would imagine that they're fun. The parent, if one of the parents are tired of walking, they can at least hop on this thing. And again, this is an electric scooter pretty much, so this thing can go more than just walking speeds. The other thing is, which we'll see here, if the battery dies for whatever reason, it can also turn into some type of wagon that you're pulling, which again shouldn't be that much of an issue because people have wagons that they have kids in that they pull, so that's not too out of the ordinary. So again, for whatever reason, if the battery dies because you've just been on it for so long, you can still either pull the kids or the kids can get off and walk, and you can pull the wagon. Thirdly, this thing also triples as some type of a lunch carrier where you can have a spot to pack your lunches, different items, if you're going to the park, different toys and things like that. So this thing is actually pretty cool, man. Let's continue reading the article. And that's the basis for this very fun looking machine. As you can see from the pan drawings, the vehicle has 2 seats and 3 handlebars. The 2 forward handlebars are linked to the body of the vehicle and are attached in a way that allows the 2-seated riders to hold on, while a third handlebar, along with a small standing platform at the back, controls the vehicle. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So again, we're talking about differentiating features. It seems like the back one, these one are just, hey, they're not controlling this thing. They're just for the kids to hold on to, while this third one is, is controlling it, is steering it. And I would imagine that this thing is, has a power button on it where you can press it to increase the speed. So, okay, those are type of features that you need to, claim and talk about to get it over the hump. I'm not sure I've seen that before, where the back is, again, essentially has all the the controls and it's steerer, and then the first ones that are essentially attached to the body are just kind of essentially passive handlebars. You just hold on and ride. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So let's try to finish out this article. The pen talks about that, further stating it can be expensive to drive in parking cities. That's very true. And mass transit is largely a point-to-point transportation alternative. The solution is to minimize time spent waiting for transportation and to not make children walk large distances with predictable results. As I just told you before, that is a headache. A need for a family mobility apparatus has been identified that is compact in design, stowable in mass transit, and include power assist motors to make it fun for families to travel further together in a city or urban setting. So this is pretty cool. Like I said, let's go back up to the pictures. You can ride on it as a family. Pops can pull it, whether with the kids on there or not. And this thing triples as a essentially suitcase, if you will. So it has a multifaceted, multifunctional. Let's finish out the article. So what Honda saying is that if you have 2 kids and don't want to walk to the park but still want to make the trip fun while reducing your need for a car, this fully electric 4-wheel Moto Compacto is the perfect vehicle for you. And honestly, I think they're right, man. This is actually pretty cool. We'll definitely have to see what they're claiming and break down the claims, but I like what I'm seeing so far. So it seems like, again, we're talking about stuff that gets it over the hump. You have additionally to this back handlebar, having the controls and being able to steer this thing, it also kind of pivots out so you can actually pull this thing. So, and pretty cool stuff. Obviously, if we go back up, this one, the original one, or at least the most recent version that came out, it doesn't appear to have that kind of that wagon functionality. Definitely seems like it kind of folds from a suitcase out to the one-seater moped, if you will. But it doesn't seem like it kind of allows you to essentially pull it. Maybe I may be wrong there, but at least this picture doesn't come across as that way. So I'll be interested in learning from you guys. Have you guys used this thing? Have you guys bought it? Let me know what's your experience with it, to the extent that you used it, you bought it. Hey, even if you saw it, does it look fun? I'm talking about the original. It doesn't look like the new and approved one that we just talked about with the 3-seat. The family size one has hit the markets yet, but at least the patent application has been filed. It seems like this is more of a piece just to kind of get some buzz going around this thing, because I can't find this patent application anywhere. So that lets me to believe that it's just a provisional patent application, or it's a non-provisional, but it's still within that 18-month timeline, so that it isn't published, so that the public can look at it. Let me know though, if you will purchase one of these things. I can see myself getting one of these things. Honestly, man, this thing is it looks pretty cool. It's compact. You can store things in it. It's multiple kids. You can pull it if it goes out of battery. It's multifunctional, man. So I actually like this. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know if you enjoy these type videos. Hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button, and I'll try to bring you more of these. Okay, patents from these kind of well-known companies. Obviously, we know Honda is a well-known company, and I'll try to break it down. I would like to go through the patent application and break down that broadest independent claim to see, hey, what is it? Are they actually protecting? In other words, what can you be held liable for patent infringement if you was to make, use, or sell what's in that most broadest independent claim? That's something that I like. I'm gonna start trying to do more, because I think it provides more valuable to you as the audience, not only to be able to actually try to understand what patents mean, but also as you're kind of doing your own thing, your entrepreneurial journey and inventing stuff, you can have an idea of what's important for you to protect and what that claim should look like in that patent application. So let me know again if you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.